One thing you can do to dramatically grow your sales is to make sure you do. If you're in finance, you sell. If you're a janitor, you sell. If you clean the toilets, you sell. If you're the CEO, you sell. If you're an admin, you sell. Everyone needs to sell, because when everyone sells in the company, it increases the bottom line. A lot of people, they just want to sell their property fast. They don't care about anything else. They just need a guarantee. They need certainty. How do you create £1 million or $1 million in sales in your business? If you're just starting off, one of the hardest things to do is to actually get to that 7-figure mark. Most people can get to 6 figures, but how do we get to 7 figures in sales? So I want to share with you over the last 20 years of the things I've learned when it comes to selling your products and services. And if you implement some of these things, it will really help you make more money in your business. So the first one is you need to understand your market. So what's your current market right now? What are some of the things that is missing in your market? A lot of people say to me, John, I don't really understand the market, so I'm not sure what to sell. Like when I first started, one of my biggest product offerings is to research the market, and I found the pain. So what is the pain? As you know, one of my first companies is real estate. I realized that a lot of people, they just want to sell their property fast. They don't care about anything else. They just need a guarantee. They need certainty. When you research your market, you really have to start thinking about what does your audience want. When you understand that, then you can offer something that can solve the problem. If you think about business, it's actually very simple. Find out what they want, create it for them, and then give it to them or sell it to them. Give people what they want, sell people what they need. These are some of the things you really want to start focusing on when it comes to making sales and getting to that 7-figure in sales in your business. Another thing you want to think about is competitive analysis. If you do this one thing in your business, this is the one thing that can really make an impact. For example, when I first started researching all the property companies, I realized that they were all guaranteeing the sale, they were all paying for legal fees, they were all managing the process from A to Z. And I realized that, wow, these are extra added value services that actually don't cost that much more money, but they make a massive impact to whether that person does a deal with you or not. It's kind of like when I buy a supercar, it's like, okay, we'll pick the car up, we'll service it, and we'll bring it back as an added service. Or you'll buy the car and they'll give you like 5 years worth of free servicing. So these are some of the things you want to start thinking about when it comes to adding those extra services. By doing that competitor analysis, you're going to know what people are willing to offer and what people are really wanting. Another thing you can do is you want to enhance your sales and enhance the service. You see, when you're competing against big conglomerates, you can't compete against their marketing, against their branding, against their sales. But one thing you can compete against is the customer service. If you are able to just enhance that part of it, for example, a lot of people say to me, well, John, I really would love to get coaching and mentor you for a whole year. And so we have a group mentoring program where people will attend every single month. But as an added bonus to them, we would actually give them a WhatsApp number where they can send a message directly to me and my team. So if my team can't answer the question, I will then answer the question. And then what I'll normally do, I record a voice note and I'll send it back to them. And what I found, just by adding that one thing, the sales started to increase. You want to think about what things could you add to your current offering that could enhance the offering. Another thing is maybe adding new features. If you can add new features to what you offer, for example, when I was doing a lot of real estate stuff, people would say, John, I need to move from here to here and I don't know how to do it. So I would get my team to organize all the removals for this person's property as and when we bought it. So then we would buy it and then we'd help them move out of that property into another property. So this was just a new feature that we could add, but a lot of you now can add extra features to your current offerings, which would allow people to start doing more business with you. And if you can do this, everything changes because you are willing to put that extra finesse, that extra customer service where you're really caring about that person. Remember, we're never really selling, we are serving. You want to serve your market. Another thing you can do, which a lot of companies don't like to do, they don't like to collect feedback. Why? Because they go, oh, well, John, what if someone says something horrible about me and I didn't like it? Doesn't matter. What matters is that whatever you are doing right now, you want to get the feedback from your clients. And the best way to get feedback is what worked and what could we do better. The moment you start getting teams to focus on what did not work, then they start focusing on a problem. So what worked and what could we do better? And actually, if you do this with your customers as well, you can say to, for example, when we run events, hey, what do you like about this event and what would you like to see more of? So the way you frame it to get the feedback can really help you. Like people said to us, John, like we're from different time zones. Do you have another way where we can actually attend the event? And then so we started to figure out ways based on people in different time zones, how we could serve people in different time zones. So if you're in Australia versus the US, the time zones are completely flipped. Again, it's important to get that feedback because the feedback will give you the things that people want and then you can serve your clients. Another thing, if you want to make more money, you want to create more income, then you need to do effective marketing. In businesses, there are different ways to market your business, and digital marketing is one of these ways we can do that. Putting out ourselves out there, being that authority, having that credibility to be able to do these things makes a big difference, because when people see you as the expert, they come to you, naturally attract people to you. It's what I call expert celebrity status. We create that expert status, and from the expert status, we then get people that actually want to do business with us. So instead of us having to knock on the door, they come to us. So the positioning is flipped. So different forms of marketing and digital marketing, you can use email marketing, you can use social media marketing, you can use SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. These are all different ways to market your business to be able to get the attention and the awareness so people come to you. So we switch that positioning around. Another thing we can do content marketing. A lot of people, if they just understood what you did and they understood, like, by doing these things, these are how we can help people. That's why I always say to people, it's not always about creating content, it's about the documentation of something that needs to be done that allows people to, again, become more successful. Bentley did this one thing. This one thing massively increased their sales in the business. And what that thing was, creating documentation. They were documenting how they made these Bentleys, the 4x4 Bentleys, the Bentegas. When they started showing how they were hand stitching the steering wheel, when they were putting all the leather, how long it took to actually build one, that started to increase the sales of this car. Why? Because people understood the value of it. Another way to be able to create more sales is by offering your customers and clients some kind of promotion or discounts. Why is this important? Because people want to buy your products and services, but they don't have a reason to buy it now. Whereas if you have some kind of promotion, you say, hey, look, it's 50% off and it ends tonight at 12 o'clock, you will get an influx of people coming in, buying your products and services, which means you start building a new list of customers. These are all customers that in the past didn't buy things from you, but now they do. And that's why I think it's so important to get to a point where all of you are now looking at creating these promotions, and you should really have a promotion every single month, and that will bring in brand new clients. Another way to get your business to cross that 7-figure mark is to have specific sales strategies. If you're in business right now, you need to think about what McDonald's does. McDonald's do one thing that dramatically increases its sales, and it's this. They do cross-selling, upselling, downselling. You go there, you go, hey, I want a chicken sandwich. Would you like fries with that? Sure. Would you like Coke with that? Sure. You want to supersize it? Sure. You want to add some sauce? So they're constantly upselling you. And when you are being upsold, you're now spending more money. A part of creating a 7-figure company is not just doing things one way. It's doing the same thing, but maybe increasing the amount that you charge. If you have 1,000 clients times 1,000 is $1 million. But if you have 500 clients at 2,000, you make $1 million. You see? Just by doing that, you need small amount of audience, but then you increase the price of what you charge. And that's what gives you, again, the ability to be able to monetize more. One thing you can do to dramatically grow your sales is to make sure you're doing sales training. Very few people do sales training. You should have sales training every single day. In fact, one of the things I recommend that you do, you create a sales program and then you sell that sales program, and then you use the same sales program to train up your audience and also your team. And here's one rule for all your companies. The number one rule is everyone needs to sell. If you're in finance, you sell. If you're a janitor, you sell. If you clean the toilets, you sell. If you're the CEO, you sell. If you're an admin, you sell. Everyone needs to sell, because when everyone sells in the company, it increases the bottom line. But I get some people say, well, I don't want to sell. That's not my job. No, everybody needs to sell. When everyone sells, the company makes money. When the company makes money, the company does well, people get rewarded or people keep the jobs. So this is so important to really understand, is that everybody sells. Next thing is optimizing your pricing. If something's too expensive, people won't go for it. If it's too cheap, they also won't go for it. So what you have to think about when it comes to pricing, there's always a market for economy, there's always a market for business, there's always a market for first, and there's always a market for private. That's how you have to think about it. You have to design your products and services for economy, for business, for first, and for private. These are the pricing. Of course, the higher up you go, the more you charge. So for example, for me, I have books and courses that people can buy. That's the sort of economy. Then we have business, where we actually can do it with you. Then we have first, where we have small groups of people, where I do group mentoring. And then we have private, which is one-to-one mentoring. So by the way, if any of you would love to learn about some of these products and services that we offer, check out the link below and you can see some of the things that we offer. But when you're creating pricing, you can't just have the private or the economy. You have to have the whole range, and these 4 things that really make an impact. Next thing, if you want to increase your sales, you need to have online presence, because the online presence does this one thing. This one thing that I did in my business made a massive impact, and literally it went from 6 figures to 7 figures. And it's this: creating selling? Partnerships. So the partnerships are what bring in new business and new clients. And so if you're able to have an online presence, people recognize you and then they're more likely to do business with you. And now you can cross-pollinate and cross-promote. The next thing you can do to increase your sales is to have more customer loyalty by having what we call a retention program where you would reward your clients for being a part of your program. For example, I'm Marriott Bonvoy. So when I look at what hotels to stay, I go, okay, I'll stay in Marriott Bonvoy, because then I start building that ambassador status. And then once I get that, then I get more rewards. I get upgraded to suites. I get to check out late. You want to create some kind of loyalty program that keeps your customers to stay with you. And the next one is you need to be able to analyze and adapt the market. There's one thing that I do when I'm coming to adapt into the market. And if you do this, your business will massively grow. And that is to find out exactly what they want versus what they need. What do they want? What do they need? What they want, what they need are two completely different things. I remember first time I put on this conference to teach people how to invest in property, I know they need to learn how to negotiate. But when I promoted it, no one bought a ticket. And when I started to think why, and I called it How to Negotiate with Motivated Sellers, and no one bought a ticket. And then I was calling people and they said, John, I don't want to negotiate, I just want deals. So that gave me this aha moment. So I switched the title and I changed it and I sold out. And I changed it to 52 deals in 52 weeks. So by learning that, I was able to start creating a lot of demand and a lot of want. So you sell the end result first. By the way, if you know anybody right now who's struggling with sales in their business, do me a favor, share this video with them and make sure you like the video and subscribe to this channel, because I'll be uploading more videos to help a lot of you grow businesses, invest, start businesses, learn investing, but also entrepreneurship and business, and also the mindset that it takes to really grow that. So make sure you hit subscribe, like this video, and leave any comments below that if you've got any questions for me, I'll personally come in and answer them. If any of you love to attend any of our live events, we run live virtual summits. We also run live in-person events as well. Click the link below this video and check out some of that. Other than that, check out this video here.